Highly manipulative people keep pushing your buttons until you finally explode, and then they weaponize your outburst against you without acknowledging their role in it. So if you're a good person, you're likely to feel guilty for reacting that way, and they will then prey on that guilt to further manipulate you by painting themselves as a victim and you as the aggressor. And again, because you're a good person who's going to want to make things right, you take the blame for the problem and you end up apologizing for a situation that they orchestrated.
Weak people notice other people's mistakes and laugh. Strong people notice other people's mistakes and learn. Weak people talk about other people's problems to feel better. Strong people talk about other people's problems to become better. Weak people gossip about others to build fake connections. Strong people express vulnerability to build real ones. Weak people envy people ahead of them. Strong people study people ahead of them.
So just to introduce myself, I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And as a young kid, I really didn't have too many people at all. And I did for a minute, but then I didn't at all. And I fell in all kinds of different groups. And thank you, Sean G. I ran into a guy, and he introduced me to some other guys. And, you know, they were still cowboy guys, but the top of the shelf, right? So I am very lucky to have been, you know, really just caught up on tons of knowledge at a very young age by old schoolers who really care in a time that's even long gone. You know, the 90s era of Albuquerque, ask anyone that was a part of it. It was really a classic time period. We had this Billy the Kid culture that was left over and really kind of didn't let any outsiders in for a long time. So the land of enchantment, New Mexico, we would joke is really the land of entrapment because our culture was so different. You go somewhere else and you lose interest quickly and come back home. So I really appreciate my culture. I'm just so lucky for all these guys, so blessed to come into all these guys and have so many experiences where I was shown 100 different business mechanics introductions, you know, before I was even 16. And so I got to get a lot of experience, and I've been able to survive using those tools against, you know, just some of the hardest challenges. So because I was unable to do it previously, and it's a hard send even now, but I do definitely want to check the box and try to leave for some young people some better wisdom, because they're not as well taken care of as my generation was, you know. There's not too many. You got to be real careful, much more careful than when I was coming up, about who you trust and what your information sources are.
Truly dangerous people don't start shit. You know what's in their head that can come from that is not a place. They know better.
Like just for something interesting, right? Imagine you show up to this country and like all the women just totally dominate, the men are unnatural and out of control, and they could just like use this magic device and say these magic words, and even though the guy has done absolutely nothing, the whole force of this like crazy government comes down and like
Jesus Christ didn't die so that churches could host drag nights and have Adam and Steve types leading churches. He flipped tables. He didn't cater to culture. So why are churches trying so hard to fit into the world? The gospel isn't about making people feel safe in their sin. It's about calling them out. And more importantly, it's about showing them a better way. And the longer that churches, and I'm probably talking to you that's watching this right now, try to fit in with the world, you're essentially leading people to hell. I see your fake smiles. If your church looks like this, it's lost its purpose. And if it's lost its purpose, it's not serving God, it's serving the devil. Be living proof of what the Bible teaches. Make Christians great again. Don't sugarcoat it to fit in, because all this fake love trying to fit in, it doesn't save people. Only the truth, aka Jesus Christ, does. And sometimes you gotta flip a table.
So this like crazy government comes down and like totally trashes him and like ruins his life and gives all these people this power. Like imagine if you just showed up to that. So this kind of sounds familiar, right?
You know who the coolest people on this earth are? The ones that walk through hell alone, without nobody supporting them but God, and decided to take all of that pain, all of that hurt, and use it for something greater than them. Change it into love, into aspirations, inspirations. Those are your superheroes. Stay blessed.
Editing is now officially in our meat industry. Lobbyists for the cattlemen and pork associations in several states have confirmed that they will be using the mRNA COVID vaccines on their livestock. Attorney Tom Renz has been warning that there is no law requiring anyone to give informed consent for vaccine food. There are no laws requiring anyone to tell you the food you are buying has been vaxxed with the spike protein clot shot. The UK recently passed into law the Genetic Technology Precision Breeding Bill. The bill amends the Environmental Protection Act of 1990 to exclude references to precision-bred organisms so far as they relate to marketing. Precision-bred organism is another term for gene-edited. So now in the UK, food that's been gene-edited can be legally marketed.
Okay, this is actually really big news. So there's been some recent developments in theoretical physics, and now it's actually looking like we don't live in a simulation, at least not how we thought before. But if we do, we now know a little bit more about what's simulating us. I'll get back to that in a second. First, I'm going to use a little bit of computer science and physics jargon in this video. It's really not as complicated as it sounds, and it's actually pretty cool. Let's get to it. So you may have heard people say we live in a simulation, or heard of something called the simulation hypothesis. And basically it was saying this: if we as humans are able to simulate a universe that's indistinguishable from ours, then the simulated minds in that universe will also be able to do the same thing and basically create an infinite chain of simulated universes. And if that's the case, the likelihood that we are in the base or the original reality becomes super low. So a lot of people use that as evidence to say we are living in a simulation. Now this is where it gets a little bit complicated. So in theoretical physics, the most efficient computer we could possibly create ever would be a black hole. I can make another video on that, but basically it's the upper limit of
Censorship acts like a biological emulsifier and transporter, improving the uptake of minerals, vitamins, and bioactive compounds in your stack. It helps nutrients get past intestinal barriers and into cells faster and more efficiently. 2. Immune system optimization. Asamanin directly stimulates macrophage activity, triggering a cascade of immune responses that include T-cell activation, cytokine regulation, and better pathogen response, without overdriving the system. In simple terms, it makes your immune army smarter and more accurate. 3. Gut lining repair and microbiome boost. This is huge. Asamanin seals microperforations in the gut wall, Leaky gut repair. Promotes mucin production for protection. Feeds beneficial microbes equals enhanced microbiome terrain. This supercharges the work of the diverse plant fibers in your stack, giving them a better platform to rebuild gut-brain performance.
I wonder if I need to go to church to find God. Because wouldn't that mean before there was churches, there was no God? I think we've just determined that you don't need to go to church to encounter God. But if you do go to church, here's some of the people you might encounter. Oh, Natalie Sorrell's real estate agent. She looks classy, doesn't she? She's also got a thing for 13-year-old boys. And if you ever found yourself sitting on a Sunday in the Lake Point Mega Church in Rockwall, somewhere right about here is sitting Natalie Sorrell's, the real estate agent, who just got 5 years in prison for molesting 13-year-old boys in the church. Or you might find yourself at Highland Baptist Church. And right now, today, Stephen Hutto is a pastor at that church. But let's listen and hear what he was doing at the last church where he was a pastor.
Fountain police arrested 45-year-old Stephen Hutto Sunday morning. Police tell me he worked as a youth pastor at Fountain Independent Baptist Church in Fountain.
One thing I've always appreciated is the madness of crowds. Crowds are mad. They're crazy, you know? And so when the whole crowd is saying something, just have the courage to be
mentality.
Yeah, just have the courage to be different. And, you know, and I think that's the problem is everybody just wants to be a repeat of the person next to them. And I've never really felt that I wanted to be a part of a collective. I just want to be myself. And that has been, it is shocking how much the world does not want you to figure out what it is about you that makes you unique. That's God. God's like, that's what I was saying. Have society that's trying to shape you like a collective, and you shouldn't think like that. Like, you got to figure out what your gift is, what your experiences are, even your experiences. Like, God is choosing you for those experiences for a reason. So maybe your experiences, you had an issue with the police officer, mine wasn't. That goes back to that equation that I say. Pluses and minuses in everybody's life that add up to something big.
Right.
And if you start messing with your equation by pretending your plus is a minus or your minus is a plus because, well, he said this happened to him, so I gotta pretend I live like this so I can fit in, you're never gonna find out what it is.
As soon as you, as a person, decide that you're not gonna lie anymore, and that whatever problem that you have, you're gonna deal with that problem right then where it presents itself, it'll show you a whole new side of you. It's very important. It's very important when you lie and allow lies. For some people, it's just, oh, I'm just a little delusional. No, it's dangerous for you to do that to yourself. It's very unnecessary.
Will be a movement driven by big corporations to take the soul away from people, to disconnect people from the higher world. And in order to do that, we have to destroy the pineal gland in people. And I followed the research on that, and amazingly what we found, the pineal gland is the most sensitive part of our central nervous system and is highly, highly, highly sensitive to 4 things: aluminum, glyphosate, fluoride, and Wi-Fi. And we are the only country in the world that has pushed these 4 things in the last 60 years or so on everybody growing up here. There must have been an ultra intelligence group of scientists who have designed this protocol to fluoridate the drinking water.
New nutritional model, one that will eventually require a full revolution of the current nutritional supplement manufacturing systems. But while that future unfolds, we've taken the best of what we've found and begun manufacturing high-performance formulations within existing infrastructure, carefully vetting every ingredient, every process, every source, with the power and precision of our on-the-ground experience. And just recently, our journey led us to an incredible ally, aloe vera. Their high-grade asamanin extract is one of the most promising elements we've ever seen. Scientifically backed, stem cell activating, and already transforming lives, earning passionate testimonials from real people experiencing real regeneration. But it goes beyond the product. For every unit sold, this company provides the same life-affirming technology to starving children. Why? Because an optimized microbiome is not a luxury, it's a human right. That's a mission we are proud to align with. new nutritional model, one that will eventually require a full revolution of the current nutritional supplement manufacturing systems. But while that future unfolds, we've taken the best of what we've found and begun manufacturing high-performance formulations within existing infrastructure, carefully vetting every ingredient, every process, every source, with the power and precision of our on-the-ground experience. And just recently, our journey led us to an incredible ally, aloe vera. Their high-grade assamannan extract is one of the most promising elements we've ever seen. Scientifically backed, stem cell activating, and already transforming lives, earning passionate testimonials from real people experiencing real regeneration. But it goes beyond the product. For every unit sold, this company provides the same life-affirming technology to starving children. Why? Because an optimized microbiome is not a luxury, it's a human right. That's a mission we are proud to align with.
Guys, the aloe vera product is true miracles. And this company structure of helping children with every unit sold is another miracle. This is a great thing that you can get involved with if you're looking for something to get behind and start doing a little bit better with on your own at an independent pace. This is my apartment in Medellin, Colombia. I'm so blessed. This is what I do every day. This is a site that I have that a few of us have just outside of Medellin, Colombia. Anytime you guys want to come down to Panama, Colombia, or Argentina, we have this nutritional diversity, agriculture sites, and diet, and cooking experts, and education, and training hard is crazy right there on site. And as well as excellent evenings out with excellent restaurants. That is Carol G's restaurant, superstar. And there's fabulous. We know the ropes down here. It's an excellent quality of life. There are links below to aloe vera products, to this retreat network that we have to come down here, to the nutritionally diverse information stuff about how to enhance the rest of your diet. Definitely adding aloe vera in. Watch the last video. And this is my dad. I'm so blessed to have him in my life. He is such an amazing person.
They're eroding things. And then, by all means, that's definitely what they're doing. It seems like. Well, every club, they're just taking to explain what they're saying.
Have a great Friday. I don't really have too many amazing people in my life, and after what I've been through, I really appreciate the amazing people that I do. Amazing people to me are people who never lie. They're totally honest. They don't have a bad bone in their body or bad intention. They just want to help, and they regularly look after little ones. That's something me and my pops have in common. He's looked after a lot of little ones. Out, I just want to say thank you to above. God, the great, He is real. If you can align yourself with polar positivity, honesty, and truth, you will have an amazing adventure. And you will be watching a lot of people suffer a different story and hate you for your amazing adventure. And all they have to do to get it too is do the right thing and tell the truth. Thank you. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.